Well, you know it's Tuesday because you see me on the screen. Welcome to TWL, and I am sitting here with Eric Longs. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding? We're going to have a great conversation talking about so many things you have in the fire that's working.
All righty.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. And then Nikki's standing right over here. Get over here and say hi. See, she's standing right here.
Way in the wings.
And then
social media-ing.
Yes, right. So Steve is at home. He's not here because we have a sick cat at home, and he's already had to run home once today. And so our Peanut is, yeah. Should we have Sphinxes, hairless cats, and she is turned 14, so which is up there in age, and so she needs some special care.
How did you decide to adopt a hairless cat?
Well, you know, it's funny because Steve was allergic to cats.
Okay.
And we found out that it was the dander that is coming off in the hair that he's allergic to. And our neighbor is a vet tech.
Okay.
And one day I looked out the window and I saw this thing running behind her. And I'm like, what the heck is that? So I went out there and I looked, and it was our very first hairless cat that we ended up keeping. She had brought it home from her vet that bred them.
Okay.
And Steve didn't get a reaction.
Oh.
And it would not let him go. I mean, every time he tried to put her down, it was clinging on him. So ever since then, now it's all been hairless cats. But hairless cats' life expectancy is 8 to 12 years because they're designer, like, you know, like a golden doodle or whatever. Yeah. And so Peanut's 14.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, she's this little old lady
or whatever. Yeah, so
a little old wrinkly lady.
A little bit. Yeah.
Oh, just a little bit. Steve spoils the crap out of those cats. Does he not? Yes, he's watching me right now, and he's going, "What? What?"
Yeah, he seems like a tough guy, but not with those kitties.
Do you have any pets?
No, we had a little rat terrier, but she passed away a few years ago. But she. You know, rat terriers don't normally. She was like 14. So she was an old lady when she died too. Yeah.
So anyways, he's home taking care of her, and I'm here talking with you, which is I'm totally excited about it. We've known each other for some time. You own Hastings.
Well, do you know how we met each other?
How did we meet each other? No, I don't.
You don't remember?
Was it here?
No, it was.
Where was it?
You had posted. This was in 2022 when I did the original Hudson documentary.
Yes.
And you posted some film, and I reached out to you and I said, "Hey, can I use that in the documentary?" And you graciously allowed me to use it. And I came to the store to thank you for it. And
and from then on,
there we go.
So it's funny what he's talking about. If you guys watched last week, we aired that in its raw version on the show, and it was the holiday at Hudson's. You know, Steve found that at a sale along with a bunch of other ones on 8mm.
Right.
And so we had a friend who could convert them, and so we ended up converting that one along with 5 other ones or 6 other ones. And that one was the first time I ever saw a colored photo from 1940 of the Santa Claus.
It was great because the first time around we were like dying for footage. And then now since we started, people know what we're doing. Right. And so you know.
So now they're sending you footage.
Yes. So I got a lot of footage from the last Santa who presided over the parade.
Awesome.
You know, Father Marquis.
Is he still around?
Yes, Father. As a matter of fact, we're just having lunch in a couple days. So
really?
We did an interview with him, and so my phone rings. It's Santa's calling. So of course I got to answer, especially this time of year because we don't want to be bad and not answer Santa's.
Right.
So
you get coal like up there.
Exactly. No. Exactly. So he's a great guy. He was the last Santa to preside over the Hudson's Thanksgiving Day parade.
Downtown.
Yes.
And did the last one was when?
It was 1987, I believe.
87. Did they have Christmas Carol then too, or had they phased her out?
They still had a Christmas Carol, but I don't think she got as much play as she did in the earlier years.
So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I say did he have a Christmas Carol, the first person who, let me see if you guys can actually tell me what Christmas Carol is when it comes to the Detroit Hudson's parade, because Christmas Carol was a big part of it, wasn't it?
Oh yes.
And always ended up on the what floor of it? What
14th floor?
The 14th floor, which is the toy store.
Yes.
Toy floor. Did you go to Hudson's?
Oh, absolutely.
Did you?
My parents always used to get lost at Hudson's, so I always knew where I was at, but they used to get lost.
Somebody was on the 14th floor.
So no, but I got to know security really well, and they got to know me because for some reason I would just kind of like wander off and explore.
What was your first what out of all the times you went to Hudson's during Christmas, during any time, what is your favorite memory of a time you were at Hudson's downtown?
I can't. It was more of an experience. My grandmother, she worked at a Coney Island downtown, and literally right there on Gratiot, the building's still there. And so sometimes I get dropped off, and it was a bar, Coney Island,
right?
And hang out there, and after work, Grandma would take me either to Sam's, or we go to Crowley's or to Hudson's.
Hot Sam's?
Sam's Cut Rate Drugs.
Oh, okay.
Which was this big kind of like discount department store.
Okay, like a Ben Franklin's.
Exactly.
Almost.
Yeah, exactly. So we would go there, and so just fond memories of just like walking downtown, going to the the Coney Island.
And I bet you were dressed to the T's.
Yeah, we always kind of dressed up when we went downtown. You didn't, we joke about it, but you didn't go shopping in your pajamas
like they do today.
Yes.
So you did the original holiday at Hudson's.
Correct.
Several years
2022
ago. 2022. And it was a big success on PBS, right?
Yes, it was. And till this day, it remains the most successful pledge drive in PBS.
Really?
Since 2013, yes. So
look at that. That is pretty impressive. It was so successful, in fact, that you did another one.
Yeah, we upped it for this year because the skyline has changed with the new Hudson's Detroit development done by Bedrock. And so we thought this was that time to update it. Plus, we've got over 100 new images that we added to the piece. And, we work with the Detroit Historical Society. They've been a great partner in this project. I couldn't do it without them. And, again, we've got some additional footage there, parade footage. So it really helped. It's the piece that I really wanted the piece to be in 2022. This one is more close to the vision that I had.
That's awesome. I know we had Rebecca on the show last week.
Yes.
And she was talking about the holiday at Hudson's dinner and everything, which we'll get into. But this new holiday, and I know it's already premiered once on Giving Tuesday, right?
Yes.
And we're going to show you a clip from this one in just a moment, along with the times that you will be able to watch it in the future. So did you get new interviews too?
Yes, we added 2. We wanted to add 3 new interviews, but we added 2 new interviews. One is the architect who helped design the new Hudson's complex downtown.
Oh, good. Oh, cool.
And the other thing that we thought it was really important to add is, even though the physical Hudson store isn't here anymore, the Hudson Weber Foundation still continues to give back to this community. So we interviewed with the president and CEO of the Hudson Weber Foundation.
Awesome.
They still have a float. They had a float this year's Thanksgiving Day Parade that showed the old Hudson's building, and it had Santa Bears on it and whatnot. Santa Bears on there. He's everywhere. So those were the 2. The other one that I still, and maybe if I ever get it, I wanted to get someone who actually worked at displays at Hudson. So I had a great conversation with a woman.
That would be cool.
And she told me in my interview that they had to have they had to plan their Christmas by June.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so everything had to be designed, ready to go, so they could order it, because at that time everything was coming from all over the world.
Right.
And so literally when it got in, it was like she said it was like a military operation. They had their plans, and they went there and they attacked different parts of the store at different times. So the experience was there for when people came in there for the holiday times, what they expected. So
I've heard that. We've had several people in the store, elderly people who actually worked at Hudson's.
Mature people.
Well, the one lady that we talked to, she was in her 80s, so she was super mature. And she was telling us about, she worked the gift wrapping section, and how they were not allowed to use tape back then, and how it was almost origami style, and how they would have to do the packaging without tape. And
that's crazy.
I know, that's what I said. And she said, I got really good at it. It's surprising how easy it is to wrap a gift, regardless of size, without tape, if you know what you're doing. And in order to be a gift packager, they had to take them through a school type thing.
Yes.
In order to be in there. It was so, it was run so perfectly. And I'm a big one that says, don't ruin good by perfection. But that ran almost military style, like you had said.
Well, Hudson's, everybody has an HR department or training department. Hudson was an innovator in that. I mean, in that they kind of started one of the first ones, and I don't remember the names of the people, but in reading it, there was someone who had this new thing that was going on, I believe at U of M, about, how to work with and train employees, and they got that person to come at Hudson's to start like their first training department.
Smart when you do that. That's somebody who actually spends the money, takes the time, spends the money to actually improve your associates so that they can improve the shopper experience.
Right. And one of the things
I miss that.
Yeah, one of the things that I just learned not too long ago, because I'm constantly learning anything about Hudson's, is, Hudson's was famous for its very elegant elevator operators.
Yeah.
But the elevator operators had to know every floor, what was on that floor and what was in that department. So if this is, I need to buy a men's tie, that's on the the third floor in the back of the store by X, Y, and Z.
And so they always had to know.
Yeah, there's 14 floors or more than that.
It was the tallest, the largest department store.
Keeping up appearances, though,
the
British sitcom about department store, and they had an elevator operator, and you'd hear them get off, and he'd be like, fifth floor menswear, haberdashery, silk ties,
Exactly. And I think that you look at it as when you walk into a store today and there's an information center. The elevator guy was your information
exactly
center.
It's more personal, though, when someone can tell you where.
For
a big, huge department store.
Exactly.
So tell me a little bit, before we get into the Holiday at Hudson's video and stuff, tell me a little bit about you.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your history with what brings you. You're from Detroit.
Right. Grew up in Detroit.
But you went to college elsewhere, or you worked elsewhere?
Well, I've worked elsewhere. I was Detroit born and bred. Went to school in the area here. I was never Catholic, but my parents always sent me to Catholic schools because those were the best schools at the time. Detroit public schools were also great at the time, but
somebody got hit on the hands.
Exactly. No, I was a good student. So sorry, I was a good student, so I didn't. I might have gotten. That was still when you did corporal punishment. So
yes,
there was a paddle to your rear from time to time.
Yes.
But yes, I grew up in the area, and I was always fascinated by images. And my first high school I went to, East Catholic High School, there was a photography club. So I was like the yearbook photographer. I was never I was tall, but I was never very athletically inclined. So I would travel around with the sports teams and take photographs. Then I switched high school and they had a video club. And so I became just fascinated by video. And then we used to do a little news program. And, one of my instructors, the moderator, because at the school I went to, Wednesdays was activities days.
Right.
So if you're on football or basketball or, cheer or anything, that happened Wednesday afternoon. So classes ended at noon, and then you went to whatever club you want. So mine was a video club, and our instructor, he basically was working at an ad agency, and he taught us how to, at a very young age, how to run a professional shoot and what was expected.
Oh, that's cool.
And so and it's funny because as I matured and went through college and whatnot, I would run into him in events or whatever, and I could never say this is my. He's like, just to say we're colleagues.
Okay, there you go.
But he was my instructor, and he's living on the West Coast now, but he just was, his name was David Schmidt, and he just taught me everything I knew about video. And I went to University of Detroit, where I had great professors, and it was always very hands-on.
You went to University of
Detroit.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I know you were in New York for some time.
Yes.
What sent you over there?
So one of my professors, as I was graduating, got me connected with actually Young and Rubicam, the ad agency.
Okay.
And so I worked for Y&R Detroit, which was actually in the Renaissance Center. And I think one of the towers that might be going away. And it was funny because I knew nothing about advertising. And there's this whole career of the production side of advertising, which is the creatives and creating commercials. So one of my professor's friends got promoted, and they couldn't backfill her position. So she was looking for people so she could stop doing two jobs.
Right.
I went in, interviewed for the job, and I just fell in love with it, and so I got to work on Lincoln Mercury dealer ads. So
awesome.
And I learned the kind of all the nuts and bolts of production. But at that time I didn't have a lot of film experience. So one of the things that they wanted me to do is to get some film experience. So I did a film program at Cranbrook, and then
you're the second person I've met that did a film program.
At Cranbrook. Yeah, it was a summer program. Yeah, it was great. And it was really wonderful.
Awesome.
And the next phase was they wanted me to go to NYU for their intensive film program, which is 6 weeks, 13 hours a day. And so
13 hours a day.
It literally is, because they say 6 weeks, and it's like, oh yeah, it's fine. But you were working because you did a film every week of those 6 weeks.
Well, and you needed different times of the day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is. And a little fun fact though. So one of the people in my class was a local Detroiter, and it was at that time, now it's his wife, was David Letterman's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and she was working at Saturday Night Live at the time. Same thing. She was working on the Letterman show, and she was moving to Saturday Night Live, and she had to get some film experience. So she was in the class
with you.
Yeah.
At the same
So
time
she's really cool.
Yeah.
And she's from Michigan or whatever. So we had that bonding, they experience, whatever. But yeah, it was an amazing program. And so after the program finished, I decided to stay in New York. And didn't go back to YNR right away, but did a brief stint working for Macy's in training, doing video and whatnot. But while I was when I moved to New York, went to Macy's for a while, then eventually I went back to work for Young and Became New York. And that was one of the best experiences because I learned so much.
So you were a madman.
It was. My office was literally on Madison Avenue. Yep, I was on 57th Street, Madison Avenue.
Wow.
Yeah,
where Madman was.
Yeah,
supposed to be.
Yeah, I lived on the Upper Side, got to the train station, got off at Grand Central every day on my way to work.
Nice.
Walked over to Madison Avenue. And,
that's my dream for my next life.
Yeah, it was, you know, this is really crazy. So I was working on like national brands like Dr. Pepper, Holiday Inn, Colgate-Palmolive, and like Advil. And one of the things that we did, which I thought was kind of amazing, we were doing a campaign for Holiday Inn. And so we're traveling around the country, and my boss said, "Oh yeah, so as you move up through the ranks, whatever, you usually go on a big film shoot, and it's usually we film in Europe and whatnot or whatever." My film shoot, one of the first places they sent me, Opelika, Alabama.
Oh,
it was for Holiday Inn,
the Paris of the South.
Exactly,
No,
exactly. And the idea behind it is it was like this Willie Loman type character that was traveling along. And these things, so we filmed in Opelika, Alabama, but then we got a little bit. I went to New Orleans and filmed in New Orleans because it had kind of like this French vibe to it. And then we did some scenes at an airport that we had to mock up.
Right.
But so we're there and we're working with an editor, and we were actually, this was in the old days when they were still cutting film.
Right.
And to experience that, because I learned how to do it at NYU, but this guy was like a maestro. He would just like take these things, and it was like poetry the way he pulled these things down and edit. It was just amazing.
Roberto knows exactly what you're talking about.
So it was
smiling and nodding. He's over here.
I have an idea.
it was just an amazing experience to see. So we're sitting in the editing room with the editor, and we're talking about stuff. And I was technically the assistant there, which means I did all the work. And so we're trying to find music for this piece, right? And so I'm finding this thing, and that's when Driving Miss Daisy was out, right?
Right.
So I was like, you know, that's the kind of that driving beat. And so I come back the next day and I showed the editor. He's like, oh, this really works. So the music producers, we got a separate music come in, and he's like, yeah, that will work. He's like, hold on a second. So he calls, you know, the guy who did the music for Driving Miss Daisy.
Oh.
And he basically got a boatload of money to rip himself off. Hans Zimmer was his name.
Oh, well, yeah, I kind of know that name.
Yeah.
So
I kind of know
that
him.
guy. Yeah. So, but that's kind of at that time, that's how they rolled back then.
Well, yeah.
You know, it was like we had the best cinematographers, and it's funny, the director at the time, he was also from Upper Michigan. So I was living in New York, but I kept getting all these little Michigan connections
because everybody in New York is
from someplace
else.
Yeah.
Everybody in Michigan leaves.
Yes.
Yeah.
But some of us come back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah. So it was really great to work with that caliber of music. So I did a spot for Advil, and we worked with Rob Mounsey, who's this music producer who had like literally like, you know, gold records from Ashford and Simpson, all these people. And we're doing this Advil spot, and literally I had a full orchestra to score an Advil commercial. That was it was just
a full orchestra for Advil.
Exactly. You know, so it was just, you know, so to be able to experience that level of production was an amazing thing.
That is cool.
And it doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, things have gotten really, they've changed a lot. I mean, there's still like these national spots or whatever, but
there is, but they're all becoming internet driven.
Yeah.
They're all becoming stream driven.
Yeah.
So you worked on the
Ricky Lake show.
Yes. And I got to tell you, I'm a big fan of Ricky Lake, mostly her movies.
Yes.
But I did enjoy her show. How did you enjoy that?
It was an amazing experience. I was only there for the first season, and
that was the best season because that is Ricky Lake. That's the Ricky Lake from the movie.
But you know, the gentleman who was the creator of the Ricky Lake show was this gentleman by the name of Garth Ansier, and Garth Ansier was a brilliant programmer and he worked under like Brandon Tartikoff and all these big NBC executives, but he was responsible for launching Fox Entertainment.
Oh, really?
So like the Tracy Ullman Show, The Simpsons.
You know, it's funny. We had Bill Morrison on.
Oh, okay.
You know, are you familiar with Bill Morrison? Yeah, he worked with Matt Groening when they pitched the series 2 to the Tracy Ullman
Tracy.
Show.
I mean, the Simpsons was a little interstitial.
They were just and it was badly drawn too.
Yeah, so it was. But anyway, so it was his idea for the show, because his idea is that people always think they're 20, or they feel that they're 20 years younger than they actually are.
Right.
So he wanted, Oprah Winfrey was skewing like 50s and 60s, 40s. So his idea is he wanted something that skewed a little younger, people in their 20s and 30s, because then you're still going to get some people at the upper end of the idea.
Well, they picked the perfect person.
Yeah, and she was great to work with. And, and it was amazing to work on, a show that, filmed, I think it filmed 4 days a week, and just that whole experience of working in, a nationally syndicated shows. It was distributed by Columbia Pictures Television. Yeah. And so, again, it was another experience that,
I love that.
I enjoyed.
Similar when I was in the music industry, because that's what I did before this. I ran I worked with labels. I did a lot of that. It's the same thing. It's not anything like that anymore. And it was such a dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, for those of you who are 30 and under, I wish you could experience that from the movie aspect, from the music aspect, from the TV aspect. It was such a different world.
It is. I mean, and it's, everything has become so, I mean, it's very remote.
But even this is tangible and like low key. There's entire movies being filmed on somebody's iPhone now.
Yes.
It's called Blair Witch, and got a lot of money for that.
By like 20-something kids, and they're making feature-length films, and I'm like, I can't navigate Facebook half the time.
But think about it. You've got this live show that you do every Tuesday.
Yep.
I used to work for my company used to do work for AT&T, but at that time it was called Ameritech. It was in the Baby Bells. And to do what we're doing now, we used to have like a satellite truck, and we'd have to have like, all these serious like phone lines running. It was like a huge, it was
like somebody was having surgery every day.
Exactly. It was a huge production. Yeah. And now we can do live streaming from our phone now. It's just,
now all you need is this.
Right. Yeah. So the technology has been amazing. And
you saw, I mean, we're gonna get back to the holiday at Hudson's, because you guys have to see this. But after the Ricky Lake show, is that when you came back to Detroit?
Yes, it was after the Ricky Lake show, and my folks were getting a little older.
Yeah.
And so you always kind of leave the party when you're having a good time. My folks were getting older, and so I moved back. There's a couple of college guys I went to. They were kind of like doing kind of like the corporate production thing,
right?
Which kind of had grew up doing that in Detroit. Right. You always working for the automotive companies here in Detroit. So we did that, and I brought kind of a level of finish to the projects.
Awesome.
Because sometimes you can never be a hero in your own town. So when I came back from New York, it was like, oh, he's from New York.
My hometown is San Diego, California.
Yeah,
and I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. So I had a little cachet, working for a major ad agency, and working for a television show, and that helped kind of like us, get a certain clientele of clients. And for the past 20 plus years, that's what I've been doing. I've been doing kind of like the business to business space.
So what made you go on your own, given
Hastings Street
Street films? What made you decide to do all of that?
Well, it all kind of boils down to, I've been telling stories my entire career.
Right.
Either it's a 30-second spot or it's a 3-minute piece to sell a product or a service. And over the years, I've gotten really good at it. And part of it is from my agency training, because when I was in New York, an average national spot, nothing fancy, no special effects, whatever, was $250,000. And that was exclusive of the media buy, which, for that. And so when advertisers are spending that kind of money, they want to know that they're putting their best foot forward.
Exactly.
So we spent a lot of time in research and strategy. And so when I moved back, one of my kind of like guiding principles was, what is this video supposed to do? I mean, because everybody can make pretty pictures, but it needs to build traffic. It needs to move the needle somehow. And so every production that I kind of look at kind of like focuses around that. You know, what is the strategy? What are we trying to communicate? And you know, we started doing a lot of like thought leadership pieces for you know, divisions of like companies like Intel, and they were like really successful. Actually, just before COVID hit, I was actually in Sweden doing a project on the future of 5G.
Wow.
And so I did a lot of these sort of like thought leadership documentaries. And I was like, you know what? One of my clients is an expert, Michael Hauser. So if you're in history buff around town, everybody knows Michael Hauser.
Yep. If you know Hudson, you know Michael Hauser.
Yes. And so I was doing a lot of work with the Michigan Opera Theater at the time. And I said, hey, Mike, let's do something together, kind of like outside of our. And so we did the Holiday at Hudson's piece, because he was an expert and helped guide me along and kind of like help me connect the dots between people.
He's also one of the biggest collectors.
Yes.
Of Hudson's
and theater memorabilia
and pretty much anything Detroit.
Yes, exactly. So that led me to, you know, it's like, what's other kind of stories can I tell? So Hudson's was the first one. And I've always been a curious individual. I had different passions. And so, you know, that's how the Hudson's project came to be. And it was successful. So that kind of like helped me launch what is now Hastings Street Films to help tell these stories.
So let's watch a piece of The Holiday at Hudson's. This is the new one. This is the new one. It was released on Giving Tuesday, but right after the video, we will show a graphic of all the times you can see that. So let's see it.
Christmas at Hudson's was the real Christmas and the real Santa. I mean, that's how all kids felt. Hudson's never really did anything small.
The 12th floor, that was the holy grail at Christmas time.
I just don't think there's anything quite like Hudson's then to compare or now.
Okay, so that's just a little tease of what you can watch, and he's going to throw up now the different times that you can watch it. You can also go on Google and you can find it that way. Or is the times of these listed on your website?
Yes, yeah, you can go to HastingsStreetFilms.com and you can see all the listing under our events page. It has everywhere, because it's actually running across the state now. So not only on Detroit Public Television, but it's running across all PBS stations across the state of Michigan.
So soon it'll go across the country, hopefully.
Well, we're talking about, there's so many people that, you know, like snowbirds in Florida that we've actually talked about, you know, reaching out to some of the Florida stations to see if they'll
and I actually know people in California who grew up here and went to Hudson's as a kid. So I think the interest in that, and just the interest in, you know, the past, the days gone by, the department stores, that type of thing is always great to watch, and regardless of if you're from the area.
And if I can put in a little plug for PBS, because you know, a lot of you might have heard that, you know, PBS basically had money taken away from them from their budget.
They did.
Locally, Detroit PBS lost, you know, basically $3 million every year, so a total of $6 million. So if you want to support your public television station, one way to do it, if you want to see this project and others, it's cheaper than Netflix or other streaming. For like $60 a year or $5 a month, you can get PBS Passport, and it'll allow you to stream.
I would have grabbed the graphics for that.
But PBS Passport is a great investment. You're helping out your local PBS station. So if you're in California or whatever and you want to see the show, go to your local PBS station, make a donation there for PBS Passport, and you can see the Holiday at Hudson's.
So the PBS Passport gives you the ability to watch
anything that's in the system.
That's in the PBS system, regardless.
Yes, exactly. So I was looking at some regional shows in Chicago from different department stores around the country, and then of course all the national programs like Ken Burns projects and whatnot. You have access to all of those. So for
just watch the Ken Burns.
That's like Amazon for PBS.
Yes, pretty much.
All their archive footage, and you can just find.
Yes.
Well, that's kind of awesome, and it's only how much a year?
I think it's $60 a year.
That's nothing.
We'll do a post.
Yeah,
we absolutely will.
Yeah,
I actually know Mr. Homburg, so I'll just
So,
but
yes.
So I'm excited. You threw up the different times. So there is a QR code. Can you throw that up real quick? Scan this right now. If you guys are at home, scan it. If you're not, if you're watching on your phones, take a picture of it. This is the Hastings Street
Films
website. It's .org.
.org or .com. Either way,
it'll take you there. But scan this and go in and follow, or
please.
You know, get on that website because there's a lot of cool things coming now. You're doing some shows. You're doing an Art Deco show that we'll get into in a second. What other graphics do I have up? I'm just lost my thinking. Do I have any more for the holiday at Hudson's?
Yeah, we did that already.
Okay, but I am
We
gonna.
did the times. We did
Yeah.
the QR. I think
So
we're up to date.
there is one other holiday Hudson's before we get on to the Art Deco part of it. The dinner. So tell me, why should I buy a ticket and go eat that? Because and go eat that. Don't you love the way I asked that? Why should I go?
Yes.
Why should I buy a ticket to the dinner or the lunch the next day and experience that? I guess that's a better way of asking.
So yes, the Detroit Historical Society.
I'm apparently hungry. Go on.
The Detroit Historical Society, who's been a great partner in all these projects that I'm working on, they are like most nonprofits, they're always trying to raise funds.
Absolutely.
So they're doing a specialty dinner in the streets of Detroit, within the lower level of the museum, where they're going to be serving popovers and the infamous Maurice salad, and I believe they're going to be serving chicken pot pie. So you can get a recreation, and they have the original recipe because one of the chefs that work at the Hudson's is doing the menu, and so you'll have that dinner.
You'll be there.
Yes, I'll be there, and so they're going to screen the film as well, and so you'll be able to see the film without the pledge breaks or whatever.
Now, will you be there streaming the film during dinner and
so there's a dinner on Saturday night, December 20th at, I believe it's 6:30 p.m. And then the next day at 10 o'clock, there's a brunch, and the same thing, and there'll be a film. The dinner, there'll be a Q&A afterwards, and we'll have some various people that have worked at Hudson. Some of the people from the film will be there to answer questions. And then on the brunch there, I'll just introduce the film, and there'll be, questions. I don't think they'll do a Q&A on the brunch. But
the dinner's going to have a Q&A.
The dinner will have a Q&A.
And there is a price difference between the two. Steve and I will be going.
Oh, excellent.
We haven't decided if it's dinner or the lunch yet. But
and I believe it's tax deductible, but talk to your tax, your tax representative. But,
I think it's still considered a donation.
Yeah.
So is this attached to your website?
Yes, it's on the website as well.
Okay. So you can find tickets to that on his website, or you can go to DetroitHistoricalMuseum.org and get it there as well.
Correct.
I've tagged both Facebook pages as well.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, for those of you who are followers who live out of the country as well as out of the state, if you're not familiar with Hudson's and you've been hearing me talk about Hudson's over the past couple of shows, it was the largest department store of its kind in the country.
Yes.
It was 14 stories or 15?
I think it might have been 15.
15 stories, but 14 levels of goods. And it was an event to go there.
It's synonymous with Christmas.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Yes.
So everybody knows Christmas Story, that whole scene with the giant Santa set up and the parents shopping and dropping the kids off.
Yeah.
I was told, because Hudson's was a little before my time being taken.
Yeah, I never got to go downtown to it.
My grandparents and my parents always said this is what it was like to go shopping.
Yes.
Everybody was dressed in their nice, their furs and their hats and their gloves and
yes.
It's funny because I've been to Hudson's at the malls. And I saw Hudson's, the building.
Yes.
I was here for the implosion. I never got to go in it.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
It was an amazing, it was just an amazing experience.
I'm sure. And I'm actually a little jealous of like you for being able to go at that time, because growing up in San Diego, it was city.
Yeah.
It was, mall, there was nothing like that.
Yeah.
There wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Our Christmases consisted of the ocean. And I know that people who hate winter, that's a good thing, but you don't get that family atmosphere. It's more, I don't know.
Yeah, Santa on a surfboard. This is not the same.
It's more beach life.
The fluffy fake snow
and trust me, I still cry every January.
Yeah.
But after almost 25 years here.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of things in the works. You possibly a Santa Bear thing down the road. You've got the Art Deco, which we'll talk about. What else do you have going on?
There's a couple right now, so we're doing these historic based programs. We're also working on a project because part of it's also doing things that help the community as a whole. And so we're working on a project called Path Forward. If you're a Detroit student and you go to high school in Detroit for your junior and senior year, Detroit Promise will cover the last gap of your tuition. So after all your financial aid is done, and if you still have a remaining amount, Detroit Promise will fill in that amount for you.
Prior or after?
After. So after you get your, I think it's called the FISA. It's been a while since I've been in college, but after you fill out your financial aid form, it's like, okay, we're going to cover like 80% of your tuition with all of that.
And then
that last
the
20%,
yes, they will cover.
And it's if you go to Detroit High School in your junior and senior year, you're eligible for that program. And it also includes skilled trades as well. So if you want to get a certificate to be an auto mechanic, if you want to HVAC, any of those programs are also covered.
Are you filming something around that?
Yes. Henry Ford College in Dearborn actually is it is the largest Detroit Promise program. They have an amazing program where they support students and they counsel students and they pay you. So if you have to meet with a counselor twice a month, right? And they give you $50 for showing up for that. $50 for $100 a month for a college student.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean,
you're halfway to a book.
Yeah. Yes.
I went to college and they're probably more now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But the thing is, it's really it's a wraparound program. Like other Detroit Promise programs come to Henry Ford College to see how they run their program because it is
that is awesome.
It's a really great program. So we're helping them kind of get the word out for that particular project. We want to do something on like the historic theaters of Detroit.
That would be cool because there's the theaters, that's more of a concert hall I'm thinking of, but continue on.
And then one of the other projects, I spent a lot of time working with the Detroit Opera, Michigan Opera Theater. I kind of worked with them for like 20 plus years. And we're really lucky to have the caliber of opera that we have here in Detroit.
I've seen a few.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
Are you an opera fan?
I am.
I am too.
So,
I am.
Yeah, and it is amazing what has happened. I mean, and I didn't understand this until, I didn't understand that it's not traditional for opera companies to own their own building. They usually
rent it.
Yeah, they usually rent it or they're sharing it with the symphony or whatever. But David DiChiara, who was sort of like the father of Michigan Opera, took this old dilapidated theater, the Capitol Theater, and turned it into this grand opera house. Pavarotti came in when it was under construction, says, I will come back and sing when you open this house. And he did. And so not only does the opera company own that amazing building, but they also own their own parking structure too, which allows them to do these larger scale productions like Aida, where you have a chorus of like 100+ people. So where are they going to park? So they actually have that, so they have their little contained area for them. He was a visionary to kind of like have this, to be over this creative genius and also have the vision and foresight to say, okay, we need to do this.
When you put together something like that, like the Michigan theaters, it's right now in its conception, right? Do you stay within the borders of Detroit, or would you step outside of like Redford?
Yes, like for instance, the Art Deco piece, which I know we're going to talk about later. I mean, there's a couple of theaters like the Penn Theater in Plymouth that's an Art Deco building.
Right.
There's the
There's a little one even in Marine City.
Probably not going to go that far.
Yeah, that's a little far, but
there's a little
yes.
throughout.
And then there's this beautiful restored theater in Wayne, Michigan. The Phoenix Wayne Theater, which is absolutely beautiful. And the owner's done a remarkable job of restoring the theater and the marquee or whatever.
So some of them show up in it.
Yeah, so we're going to be, it's the metropolitan Detroit area.
That is awesome. Pieces. So I'm dying to ask you, Eastman Street Films.
Hastings Street.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Hastings Street Films. Something must be stuck in my mind with Eastman. Did you get the name from? What'd you say?
Eastman Kodak.
Maybe. Oh, because you were talking about film. Maybe?
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
Knows? Who knows how my mind works? But Hastings Street Films. Now, we had a famous Hastings Street here. And so tell me why you chose Hastings Street Films.
When I was growing up, and this was, when I was a little boy, my grandma used to talk about like Hastings Street. And at that time, that was where all of the Black attorneys and business owners, and she says that's where a lot of the sedity people go. That was like sort of like the Black area of commerce.
Right.
It started as a Jewish area, and then because nobody at that time went to the Jewish folks, so once they became ensconced there. When migration happened, the Black folks started moving up to the South for all these great jobs for the Ford Motor Company, whatever. They needed a place to stay, so they kind of migrated to the Hastings Street area, which is Black Bottom, Paradise Valley area. and so that kind of became that area.
Mhm.
Well,
Quite famously.
yes, there's a lot of stuff that was going on there.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's some great films that, and I think it's on Amazon right now. It's called Jazz from Detroit.
Yep.
Mark Stryker, who was a entertainment reporter for the Detroit Free Press,
Mhm.
amazing gentleman. He did this amazing film that covers, you know, that area, Black Bottom and Paradise
Right.
Valley, and there's a couple other films out there, but his is really well done. But as luck would have it, when me and my partner decided to move, me and my wife decided to move,
Mhm.
we ended up kind of in an area that was Hastings Street. And so I just thought, oh,
Without realizing.
yeah, that was like kismet. You know,
Okay.
we live on,
Mhm.
we live in an area which was like the second phase of urban redevelopment, an area called Elmwood Park. And we live in a complex called Hyde Park. And we love it there. And we live right near the DeQuinder Cut. And,
Love the DeQuinder Cut.
Yeah.
Every other state
Mhm.
needs to do one of those.
Yes. And there's
Mhm.
there's a beautiful mid-century modern church, which is right on
Even better.
St. Alban, and it was originally in Black Bottom, and come to find out that I was talking to the pastor there, that the members, when they moved from Black Bottom, the members built this church.
Oh,
And when I say the members built the church, I don't mean that they physically built the
They didn't
church.
hire. They actually went out there and built it.
They and it's absolutely beautiful
And
building.
still standing today.
Yes,
Because
it is
when would they have built it? Let's see. Black Bottom went out in
it's like in the
60s.
40s. Yeah, it was like in the 40s.
They built it in the 40s.
Yeah,
By hand.
yeah.
Sweetest Heart of Mary in Detroit is similar to that, where
Yeah.
the Polish community there was trying to get a grant from the archdiocese to build a church, and they were denied, so they just built it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is this.
Sometimes you just have to do it
Yeah.
yourself.
Exactly.
Same kind of vibe where like the congregation.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
we're gonna build it anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So, for those of you who don't know, that Black Bottom and Paradise Valley held some of the biggest jazz clubs,
Mhm.
held some of the biggest jazz performers.
Mhm.
Ella Fitzgerald,
Yes.
who else? Duke Ellington, just a ton of them.
Mhm.
Right now,
Mhm.
there's a freeway there
Yeah.
that goes nowhere,
Mhm.
and literally,
Yeah, well,
it's
it
3
kinda-
miles.
Yeah, it kind of feeds up into Jefferson Avenue because that was part of like the railroad system
to
and
try
the-
to get them out there.
in the suburbs
Yeah.
too. It's basically so people in the suburbs can get to the city without actually going through the city. you know?
Right. So now there's talk that they want to tear it down and
Right.
rebuild the areas.
Mhm.
I'm very disappointed because one of the things that I love about the history of Black Bottom and Paradise Valley is the fact that we could have been the New Orleans of the North
Mhm.
because we had some of the best jazz and blues clubs.
Mhm.
I mean, John Lee Hancock sang
Hooker,
the
yeah,
John Lee Hooker sang the famous song. Now I'm going to lose
Hastings
it.
Street
Hastings Street's Boogie.
Mhm.
And it's sad because we have a huge piece of
Mhm.
concrete that
Yeah.
goes down there.
Yeah.
That's now going to be torn out
Yeah.
40 years later.
Yeah, and it's kind of like gotten stuck into the abyss of like the government mechanisms on what it's going to look like.
It's starting, it stops.
You know,
starting, it
it's sort of like, is it going to be like a green space? Is it going to be? Are they going to try to
Have they
put?
come up with a
No, it's. I mean, they're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
kind of like in the public, you know,
Yeah.
information phase.
So
Is the
we're talking
freeway
about 10 years.
deteriorating physically, and that's
No,
why-
No,
it's just not really, you know, in
It's
today's urban
pointless.
redesign, it's kind of like not.
I mean, it is.
That's why.
We all joke when you Google to go downtown, and Google Maps for some reason once in a while puts you on 375, and everyone's like, "Really? Why?"
Yeah.
it's an arm.
You know, and like he said,
Yes.
it is almost a way. I hate to say, but like when everyone's like, "Oh, we'll just take Jefferson all the way down,"
Yeah.
because they don't want to drive through the congestion of
Right.
the freeway or the
And I'm going to tell
areas
you,
that they're unfamiliar with.
Mhm.
Then yeah, it really
those
is just a
houses
weird
down
little
there are
short.
stunning.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Those
And-
houses are stunning.
Yeah, and the great thing, the way Detroit is designed is, you know, the hub and spoke thing. You know,
Yeah.
the wheel.
Paris.
Yeah, exactly. You can get there's like multiple ways. Like, if you know, I mean, I
Yeah.
grew up in City, so I know
Yeah.
if 75 is backed up, I know I can take, you know,
Yeah.
Woodward. I can
Oh,
take,
yeah.
you know, other
Anybody
ways.
who
so-
lives here. So for years,
Yeah.
I was working for a company, and I remain nameless, but I had to drive all the way down to Southland,
Mhm,
and the traffic's horrible.
mhm.
So I learned those rights.
Yes.
Because you just get off and you're like,
Yes,
as
and you
long
can
as I
take
hit-
Jefferson all the way
Oh, yeah.
from the downriver area all the
and
way
you
to the
see
city.
some beautiful homes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, even leaving a concert, if you hit a closure or an accident they're not used to, I mean, I even know I'm like,
Yeah.
I literally take Harper and
Yeah.
crash it all the way to the
Yes.
suburbs as well. Like all of the main
Exactly.
streets
Yeah.
feather out.
So Art Deco.
Mhm.
We're going to show you a
Mhm.
well. Let's here Art Deco. This book, you guys will be seeing a lot of this book coming up. Do we have an ETA on when the Art Deco show will be done?
The goal is to have it fall of 2026. I wanted it done this year, but
Yeah.
you know, with the economy slowing and whatnot, it just wasn't feasible. So right now we're in a fundraising stage to you know, get people that are people are very excited about the project. You know.
Oh yeah, because I mean we have a lot of Art
Yes.
Deco in Detroit.
And the last book that was done on Art Deco in Detroit was done by Rebecca Benno and the Detroit Area Art Deco Society over 20 plus years ago.
Right.
And the good thing about it is a lot of the buildings that were sort of in distress at the time have been restored. And so we have a lot of great stories to tell.
Absolutely.
And the stories in the focus of this documentary, and I kind of want to do something on mid-century modern, but I thought that was too big of a topic. So I thought, you know, I really like Art Deco. So let me kind of tackle that one. And that's also a ginormous topic as well.
It is.
So we're focusing in the documentary primarily on buildings that people can get access to.
Right.
So things like the Guardian building, the Fisher building, the Maccabees building. So a lot of the buildings where you can go and still go in and see.
So the book will be available. This will be probably on PBS,
Yes.
right? Let's show a clip real quick of the Art Deco show. It is not done yet. ETA is
we're hoping to do
27?
fall of 26 or spring of 27.
Okay, so fall of 26, but this is the first time they're going to see this, right?
Yeah.
So this is being
World premiere.
world premiere
Yeah.
right here. Let's
And this is just a trailer right now of
Well,
kind
right.
of like we shot some, and so you know, hopefully they'll see it and they'll get excited about it. And
when you see these buildings,
Yeah.
it's crazy because we got to do well, go ahead. Well, let's watch the video and then we'll reminisce after.
In the heart of Detroit, a city forged in innovation and resilience, lies a treasure trove of architectural splendor, the Art Deco masterpieces. These structures tell the story of a bygone era when craftsmanship meant ambition and the Motor City roared into the future. Explore the bold designs, the untold stories, and the enduring legacy of Detroit's Art Deco icons. Join us for an unforgettable journey through the past as we celebrate the artistry that shaped Detroit's skyline.
Okay, so that is the upcoming Art Deco show that you are putting together, and it's going to highlight the Art Deco architecture and that this is close to my heart because I'm an architect by schooling and by you know my other life, and so Art Deco architecture is, and a lot of people think when they think Art Deco architecture, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Miami.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's the first thing that comes to your mind.
Yeah,
yeah. So Detroit has such gorgeous, gorgeous architecture, and the Art Deco is, I think you chose a good one over the mid-century right now because there's so much more Art Deco in Detroit. So this will be going to PBS, and then this
that'll be available on our website. And again, that'll probably be done. That will be done in the spring. So
in the spring.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to open it to one page here, and I mean, look at this. Look at this. I mean, we have got, I mean, just, you can look at our skyline and pretty much write an Art Deco book.
Right. And that's one of the great things about Detroit's Art Deco is like in the downtown area, you can walk around and see so many Art Deco buildings in a concentrated area. Where other cities might have more or more distinct buildings, we have a really walkable Art Deco community.
Oh,
downtown,
absolutely.
So, yeah.
And we did one of our icon shows is Puabic.
Yes.
And Puabic provided a lot of tile for the Art Deco installations, and they continue to this day. And one of the things that when I was talking to her about was they keep finding new things all the time, and it's all Art Deco based.
Yeah.
Like the fountain that they found inside of a hidden wall.
Yeah.
It was an Art Deco. You heard about that?
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was all an Art Deco fountain and stuff. I'm still trying to hunt her down so I can see it. But it's amazing. I mean, you can go in there and you can learn a lot about the Art Deco aspect of it by watching your show, by getting the book, which you will be able to purchase right off your website. Hastings, I said it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hastings Street films.com. And you'll be able to get this, not right now, but you will be able to get it by spring, hopefully. So you have totes also available.
Yes, yes.
Can you hand me that?
Yeah, I got it. Yep. So
are these available now?
Yes, these are available now, and this was part of the pledge. And this is the Hudson's building. And what I love about it is this little checker cab because it's just so
I just
little.
love it all.
Yeah, it's a
and
canvas
it's got a
bag,
flat bottom.
We were talking about that. And what's great about it is it's washable. So you can get it. So it's a nice little if you need a quick little run to the grocery store.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So
for city living.
For city living.
Not even
yes.
just for city living.
Yes.
It's funny because my sister lives just outside of New York in New Jersey, and I have friends that I went to school with in San Diego that are actually professors at NYU.
Ah, okay.
And did you enjoy living in New York?
I did.
See, it's one
of those things that you have to move there while you're young.
Thank you. Yes.
Or if you've got a lot of money.
Right.
So
I would have gotten right out of
both of which I don't have.
And spent my 20s there and used my degree for a little while.
Yeah.
Lived in a loft with 5 other
and that's what we did.
Students, and
that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
And then still probably would have moved home, but I wish I would have spent some time.
And that's what I did when I first moved there. I stayed with a girl I went to high school with. She lived on the Upper East Side, and I stayed with her. On one side of her little unit, she had another roommate, and I stayed on her side. And then I found a little apartment around the corner that I shared with a gentleman I went to NYU with, and we were there for a while until I was able to finally get my own spot. I got a little illegal rent-controlled space on the Upper East Side.
Closet?
No, it was really nice. It was a studio apartment,
nice.
and in New York, this is a big deal.
Yeah.
It was an elevator building. Had a washer and dryer in the building.
Ooh.
And so it was great. And it was like at that time, it seems like a lot of money now, but it was $600 a month. But people across the street were paying $1,500.
So I'm gonna say this, Jason. So you're gonna have to deal with it. But he's a professor, a language professor. He goes to Dubai and comes back and everything. And him and his husband, they pay almost $10,000 a month.
Oh yeah,
and it's smaller than my house.
Yeah,
it's smaller than my first floor. And I'm like,
it's
seriously,
crazy. It's crazy, But it was. I had some friends today that I'm still friends with, and they live all over the world. And every once in a while, someone will post a photo from those days. And there's this one thing where it was a New Year's Eve, and people might have had a little too much to drink, and we talk about that event all the time. And pictures have surfaced of that, and it's just so funny because just this flood of memories, because I don't know who took the picture, but it was like, and it was so great to see it, and then us, and it was just like this, we used to joke because there's this group, and it was like we looked like a Benetton ad because we had these people from different nationalities in there, and we're hanging out.
And I love that you say Benetton because they don't exist anymore. Yeah. And when I talk about Benetton, people are like, what?
Yeah,
but I think it does still in Europe.
Maybe, I don't know, but it was a great experience, and I had a amazing time there. And,
I go there a lot.
Oh, hi Kimberly.
I go there a lot. I go to New York quite a lot, and Steve and I were just there, and we got to hang out at the TWA hotel.
Oh, it's beautiful.
There too.
Oh my gosh. And so this is funny. I wanted to stay at the hotel and this is funny. I was actually doing a project for, and this was kind of like on the cusp of COVID. We went to go see, his name just escaped me. He's done all the music for all the Spike Lee films. He's an amazing composer. His name's escaped me. Anyway,
okay.
So we went there to film him because he had produced an opera. I did the music for an opera, so we were there to film him. I said, "Oh, great! We had to do some stuff. We're gonna come in the night before. I'm gonna stay at the hotel and whatever." Well, the hotel is at not Newark.
At JFK.
JFK. We flew into LaGuardia.
Oh, you had to go all the way.
So luckily my camera paid, so I was like, I'm really sorry, because I'm looking around. I'm like, where's the exit? And then finally I'm calling the hotel. It's like, how do I get there? And it's like, oh,
you're in the
wrong. Yeah, you're in the wrong airport. Yeah, you're in the wrong airport. But anyway, it was absolutely beautiful.
Did you stay there?
Oh yeah, I did. It was absolutely beautiful. It is just.
I recommend everybody go.
Yes,
I recommend everybody to go.
You can go and have a drink on a 747 in the
back.
That
was fantastic.
Yeah,
the Connie.
Okay, yes,
it was Connie. It was fantastic.
Yes, and even the lounge there, they have the old like flippity flip boards or whatever.
Oh yeah, I was standing there and I'm like, stop taking the picture. Let me drop my bag.
Yeah.
well, there was no table, so they could see the bag underneath.
But yeah, it's an amazing. So if you're ever in New York, I mean, it's one of the things.
It's the only hotel that charges hundreds of dollars by the hour.
Yeah.
Honestly, because people just go there, get a room, drop their bag down, and go explore.
Yeah.
You know, or a layover, or something like that.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they found a way to profit from that.
Yeah, it was they had just opened when we went there, so it was really kind of like reasonable. It was like New York reasonable prices or whatever. So but now I'm sure
not anymore.
Yeah. So yeah.
It cost a fortune for one night. But it was Steve's birthday present.
Oh, okay.
And the room was great. We stayed in the Saarinen.
Saarinen.
Yeah, Saarinen suite.
Yes.
And it well worth it. I mean, the pool was cool up top, everything.
No, it's an amazing hotel. And it's so great that they've repurposed it, you know.
Oh yeah, to turn it into something. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
This here, the bag. I'm sorry, I'm jumping.
Yeah.
But this here bag, you brought in how many?
I brought in 25.
25. So on Saturday, you will be able to, the first 25 people who come in will receive a bag. The first 24 people who come in will receive a bag because Nikki wants one. And so we'll receive one of these bags. Compliments of Hastings Street's films. Eric.
Yeah.
Yep.
These were from
the Holiday at Hudson.
Yeah, and this actually is a reproduction of Hudson's used to do these amazing. I go through some of the internal magazine was called Hudsonian. And so they have these beautiful artists that did all this different work.
I didn't know that.
But this bag is actually a reproduction of one of their shopping bags, their holiday shopping bags. So basically, this imagery is from one of their original shopping bags that they did at Hudson's.
So
we kind of did a little tote for it.
That is awesome. Now, can I ask you, is this available anywhere for purchase?
No, this is those. It was called a limited edition. This was
exclusive. Everybody.
Yeah, so this was the first. I think they did. We kind of like, you know, we have to update the premiums every year, so we had some left over, and I thought this would be a great way to.
Absolutely. So you know, we're on this is going to be airing on the Hudson's page, the JL Hudson's page. So if you want one of these, be one of the first 24 people who walk through the door. Yes, 24 because Nikki's getting one.
I might have one for Nikki, so you can give him 25.
25.
Yeah.
So that way, you get one of these because you're not going to find it again.
No.
Nope. And then you can go on and buy this one because at some point these will be limited as well.
Yeah, I think we only ran like 250 of them.
250 of them.
So once they're done, they're done. So.
Awesome. And they're available now.
Yes, they're available now.
So you can go on to HastingsStreetsFilms.com and pick one up now. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. This has been a blast. You know, and you know, we like to go to a lot of different stores, and this store is just so well merchandised.
Thank you.
Because some of these places you go,
my ADD thanks you.
Yeah, because some of these things, it's like you go in there, it's like, okay, I'm looking for this, and you got to search the entire store. If you're looking for, you know, Pyrex wear, because I know you guys been spending a lot of time on Pyrex.
Yes, we do.
You know, there's a Pyrex section here. You know,
Yeah.
so. Yes,
we
exactly.
Do. And
exactly.
One of the reasons we do that is because we do not have vendors. And when Steve and I opened this store, we decided that we were this was going to be all of our own stuff because Steve has a little shopping habit. And so, as you can all see, can you see? I mean, who else has, 1999 full-size Kiss figures up there, that he's been drooling on taking home.
One day they're coming.
So, I lost my train of thought.
It makes it shoppable.
It makes it shoppable.
We don't have to keep vendors separate.
And we don't have to call them. We don't have to
things
call them. Look at
floating
me, I'm
down
doing
the
this,
roof.
talking about Kiss.
If somebody says, my friend collects beer stuff.
Yeah,
we can take you straight there. So
and we've got the whole little Detroit section over there.
Yes, we do.
Got some Hudson stuff and Tigers and Strohs, so.
And we used to have the big window stuff. That's why you called me about the window stuff, but we had sold it. I'm still have friends who have some that I'm like, can you please bring it in for them? Can you please bring it in? It's sold. Yeah, it all sold. Yeah, he saw it.
Yeah, I think that there's some of the old Hudson's window animatronics at the Holiday. It's a fundraiser in Southgate. It's like a Christmas village in Southgate.
Did you talk to Detroit Historical Museum? Because I helped Dave restore some of those windows.
Yes, there's some of those in there. Yeah.
All right.
So, but I mean, if people want to see them now, because I don't think it's on display right now.
No, it's not.
But I think I want to say it's Southgate, or maybe if I can find it, we'll post it on the website or something.
That's
but yeah, but they have some of the the original animatronics from the windows down there.
And you know, it was all a big thing because you hear about Macy's windows, you hear about, you know, how great Macy's windows was. Well, Hudson's was the Macy's of Detroit.
Exactly.
And and beyond, because it was bigger than Macy's in New York. But the windows were just as famous.
Yes, exactly.
Weren't
And
they?
it was just an experience. I mean, that's the thing, is that we, you know, don't have it now. We all use Amazon and we go to big box stores, and it's just not the same shopping experience.
Yeah, window shopping is not.
Yeah,
really
it's not a thing.
anymore.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I'm going to give a little rundown here. So HastingsStreetFilms.com. You can go on there. You can get one of these bags down here. That is the new Holiday at Hudson's bag. This one you have to come in on this Saturday, and the first 25 people will receive a bag that purchase something. And what else? Okay, so we have the Holiday at Hudson's that we talked about. If we can pop up the hours that those are going to show again and the dates, so that way you guys can catch it. The December 20th is the dinner.
Yes, December 20th.
And
21st is the brunch.
Yep, and then the following day is the brunch. You can go on to the Hastings Street Films website and get tickets there.
Yeah, you can. There's a link I put on there to go to the
historical.
Correct.
To purchase. Tickets go fast. What? Yeah, historical museum. Tickets go fast. So make sure you get those, because you will eat food that they made, well, good food that they used to make back at the famous Hudson's cafeteria. And then the Art Deco is coming.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, and so, you know, after the holiday season is over with, start looking coming January, like a lot more information about the Art Deco project.
Awesome. So, and you hopefully will see stuff of us working together coming up.
Yes.
So remember, I just put the Detroit Icons, the trailer #2, on the main page of the YouTube page. So take a look. As soon as you click on, you will see it. And speaking of YouTube, we just flipped 60,000 subscribers, and we're climbing. Actually, we flipped 60,000 subscribers last night, and we're already at 62,000. We are obtaining about 10,000 a month, hopefully more. My goal is to hit 100,000 by February 1st. Because you get a little plaque. I like my little plaques. No, I'm kidding. But it makes me happy because people are actually watching, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah. Well, you do a great job here. It's always fun to watch. You know, I've been watching some of the shows. And
have you?
And I love
silly.
the Pyrex, you know, thing or whatever. I think we've got a couple. We've got a couple of the bowls. I don't know if they're Pyrex.
Of the one from last week?
Yeah. So we've got a couple of the colored.
How many people? I mean, it's exact. How many people do you think watch this show
Yeah.
and then go, "Oh, let me go check in my
Yeah.
cabinet"?
Oh yeah, are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah.
So if you get a chance, also there is TWL Collections. It is another YouTube page where we show just collections and things that we found. So go on there, take a look. A lot of those videos are right now on both, but they will come a time when only one of them. You'll have to go one or the other to see it. Give us a follow on that as well, because you know, we want to be everywhere all the time at once.
Isn't that a movie? Yes.
So I'm holding this like it's mine, but it's not.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you so much. Any last words you want to say?
No, just thank you for having me here, and I really appreciate you having me on. And again, if you haven't been to the store, if you're in the area, please stop by, because it's one of the best stores around, and it's just so much stuff. It's like a visual feast for your eyes when you come to this store. And it's nice. If you're I'm looking over right now. If you're a Disney fan, I see all the Disney figurines over there. It's like what is that, My Little Pony section?
That
over
is,
there?
and it's
Oh my
actually
gosh.
compliments of this one. For somebody who was born in 83,
Oh,
her
geez.
love for 80s toys.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's just so many great things, and
Well, thank
I love the little phones. They have this phone over there I keep eyeing, and I don't know.
Is it the Gumby phone?
No, it's not the Gumby phone. It's I call it the it's got the little smoked glass, and
that's so old.
Yeah,
It's like an office phone.
Oh yes, exactly. It was beautiful.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
It's just like So, but yeah, lots of great things.
But let me tell you, the Hastings Street Films website launched this morning.
And it should have launched a long time ago, but Jason said he's like,
have it launched.
Come on my show, you know. I was like, so.
But
yeah,
I went on
it's
it
good
today.
thinking.
I read it. It's really cool. Go on there. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of things that are upcoming that you're going to want to see. If you're a Detroit history fan, if you just are a fan of Detroit in general, this is where you got to go. You got to see it.
The
So-
Facebook page could also use some traction.
Yes.
Yes.
What is the
So,
Facebook?
like,
You were just on there.
Hastings
It's
Street Films.
Hastings Street
as well
Films.
on
Mhm.
Facebook.
There's
I
also
did
the
a comment.
Instagram,
Okay.
which we will also You
Yes.
did
Yeah.
Instagram as well.
And then in the next couple days, send us, or we'll make sure to post links for the other things we talked about, like the PBS
Yes.
streaming.
Yes.
I have all those.
Okay.
Yep.
The Detroit
Mhm.
schools.
Yes.
I don't have that.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
We'll get all
Yeah.
these great things we talked
Absolutely.
about so
Yeah.
everybody can like click
Mhm.
and learn more.
Absolutely. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
And I just found out that we are going to be premiering the Detroit Icon series when it's released on Amazon at the Detroit Historical Museum.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
You'll get an invite for
Yeah.
that. I'm excited about that. Rebecca's like, oh yeah, I've got all sorts of ideas. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I love that. Good.
Yes. Yes.
So that's coming in February. Yeah.
and
As
this,
long as I get them all.
and there's so many great, you know.
You gave me a date. That's what
I
I
did
needed.
give you a
That's all I
date.
needed was my deadline.
Yes.
I'm kidding. He's the one who put together all of the trailers and
terrific.
stuff.
Well, Aaron
So-
knows. I mean,
Yeah.
You were an editor.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I
Yeah.
I work best under
I'm gonna hand
pressure.
this
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
him to give me that date. If I
Yeah, you
need
got
him,
a date.
Yeah.
He did the same thing with his website.
Yeah,
said,
you
told
know.
me I needed to
See?
get it done.
Yes,
That's
you
what
know, I had to
we
get
need
it
people.
done.
That's what we need.
Yeah,
It is.
you
You're
know.
right.
It's like, because I'll be niffing on it for another 3 months. It was supposed to be done back in June, but you know,
pick
so
at it,
yeah.
stare at it,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
somebody says, I need it now. You're like, okay, here. it's
Yeah.
good.
See, I'm like, throw it up and I'll play with it as we go.
Yeah. So now, and that's what it is. It's like, if it's 80% there, it's good enough. So
Go on to TWLTimeWarpLive.com and you will see the new website for TWL as well.
excellent. I haven't been to
So
the new
many
website.
things
Yeah.
tonight. We need
I
like
know.
Yeah.
a laundry list. Of
Anyways,
Okay.
it is we are running past time, so thank you so much
Thank you for
again for
having me.
coming, and hopefully I'll have you on again.
Yes.
And then so much is coming from Time Warp. So I am going to tell you that on is it the 23rd? Tuesday the 23rd? Tuesday the 23rd, we will not be live because we will be crazy here with it being 3 days before Christmas, but we will still be running a previous video live, so you'll have something to watch. Anyways.